Hello, Narmer fans. So I've been trying to get some better videos on Ethan at R2. I haven't had a lot of time today, but when I came back after setting my defense and trying to get some other work done, I came back to this on my defense, so kind of figured it'd be fun to kind of go through this and see what's going on here. Because I did not think my defense was going to be as solid as it is. It appears to be just winning a lot. So I thought it'd be fun to kind of break down what's happening here. I've been attacking with this team with various success. I have definitely been experimenting a lot and have lost a lot, especially down in this block. You can see where I'm just fighting a bunch of people that I knew I shouldn't be able to beat, but wanted to give it a shot. One notable mention I did want to bring up, I believe it is this match, where I bring home the L, but there is something absolutely stunning that happens here that I definitely wanted to share. I went first against Energy. That is the power of Ethan. I lose here because Nushi is just so powerful, but I went fast against Energy, and that actually made my entire day. Other than that, I've been experimenting in a fairly straightforward fashion. I've actually been beating some speed leads. A good example on this one would be Introduces here. He is a high-ranking player. When we look at this one, in theory, he should be able to go faster, but you can see this massive speed gap right there. So this is where Ethan is just excelling. So you'll see there where I opened S3 rather than S2. This is due to the fact that his JYY was close enough that it would have pushed her forward. So rather than having that occur, it was easier just to get some extra stacks on my Narmer and just deal with the fallout from there. So I've been able to get some pretty absurd speed fighting going on, despite the fact that I don't have speed. But what I really wanted to look at was what's going on with my defense. I've literally never had a defense this good before. So this would be an example fight that we're going into. So they have Ollie. So they're running speed lead. I'm not running speed lead. They have Nushi and JJ. So this should have defeated me. I have not watched this video yet. I have absolutely no idea what happened here. So with him, I basically have an epic speed lead, and that got me there. And it's going to run it in the same form that you saw in that video previous, where essentially it's just going to stack up my Narmer a little bit quicker. Yeah, sure enough, I end up blowing them up. The big thing is when they're attacking me with a speed lead, it means that they're not going to have a lot of HP. So Narmer's just able to blow through them since they do not have that bonus 30% HP. Let's see what else we got in here. Was he running the same comp against me 3 times in a row? Okay, so we got something wildly different here. So they were trying to get the win using this comp once they thought, okay, maybe I can outspeed him. Let's see what occurred on this build. So yeah, I went first by country mile right there. So that was absolutely no threat. And again, it's just going to stack up my Narmer really quick. And he's just going to pop at 12. I have 1 stack too many when I do this, though, which is a bit of a problem. But as you can see, that's still enough to get through basically anything. He's still hitting like an absolute truck. Oh yeah, I also have him built for DPS right there. So that actually did a little bit of damage. That's actually entertaining. So he tried a couple of different builds there. He just was not able... Sorry, they were not able to get the speed win against me. Let's see what Gearfried. So yeah, even with the speed lead, again, I'm just lapping these people, despite the fact that I am not running any speed lead. All I got going on here... Oh, yep, so I guess he left. Used to give a pop-up there. Oh, good old Crippler. So again, he's running a speed lead. I'm not. Let's see what happens here. So yeah, it's just they can't catch me while I have this F2 Ethan going. This is actually kind of ridiculous that I have a shadow speed lead. So people are just queuing into me. And then Narmer does what Narmer does, which is just absolutely remove people. Let's see here. Then this Karmas... I don't know who you are, but I respect you so much. We see they get the W. That's all that matters. But they gave effort. Let's look at Karme's strategy here. I beat a Cecilia. Okay. So I was able to do this in practice. because I opened S2 on Ethan, so I was able to get the CD up. So I'm curious what happens here, because everyone should resurrect at this point. And I shouldn't have the ability to kind of blow them back down here. So I'm really curious what happens. Oh, the AP push from Abigail pulled him back up. Oh my god, I forgot about that. That's actually nutty that Abigail killed him that way. Oh my god, that's actually insane. So he gets 50% of the AP boost that the opposing team gets. So Abigail boosts 100%, which means he's guaranteed a 50% boost. Wow, so we actually took out what should be our hard counter right there. That's actually absurd. So they believe they could get better RNG, they believe they can get better RNG, they believe they could get better RNG. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting different results. They eventually got the different... Okay, let's see what happened to get the different results here. Love the tenacity. Absolutely respect it. So we eventually pop up. Shields get stripped, as expected. He gets double counter. That shouldn't really be a problem. Sorry, they get a double counter. I AoE. Everybody dies. So this is looking a lot like that first fight. So they pop back up. I get a bunch of speed. We get the res on Cecilia. Oh, okay. So I'm guessing on those other ones, JJ didn't hit Ethan, which resulted in kind of an issue there. And then Narmer's going to hit Ahmed because he's lower because the AI is stupid, rather than killing JJ. Then I'm guessing JJ hits Narmer here. Kills Clara, close enough. Yeah, so they're just not looking at JJ at this point, so yeah, they're just able to get away with it. Okay, so eventually RNG caught up there, but that required quite a few coin flips. Okay, that makes sense. So here, what else do we got in here? So again, speed lead, and they have Nushi, so they should dominate me with this comp, but I'm going to guess again, I beat them speed leadless. Did it again? Holy. Ethan, what are you doing? Ethan! They have families, Ethan! This is absolutely absurd! Like, I had set this as a defense, just kind of, like, as I was messing around, I hadn't had time to set up a better one. I had actually planned to swap over to a more speed-cleaving style to see if that'd work. But this seems to be just perfect for baiting people into me. This is actually crazy how good this is. Because then Narmer, 12-stack, explode, kill everyone. Because Cleave has absolutely no chance against this if I go first. Absolutely none, because Narmer's going to kill all of them. Tank is going to be a little bit intimidating. Yeah, this one's obvious. I outspeed them by a country mile. Okay, I'm guessing I got outsped here and then just got obliterated, which would be what I expect. Okay, so yeah. This is what I would expect. But I do get Claire to go. Ah, I see, but then... Wait, what happened to my immunity? Shouldn't have I had immunity there? Let's replay that. What did I miss here? Let's look at Dahlia, see what occurs. There's the strip, expected. Oh, does Clara only give immunity if they don't... If she doesn't clear buffs? I have absolutely no idea how any of these espers worked. I'm terrible at this game. Okay, no debuffs grants immunity. I've never played this game before. I don't know what people are talking about. First time I've ever looked at it. Okay, so where were we? So that makes sense. Then I'm going to guess same thing. Goes first, I lose. Yep, as expected. Actually, let's see what happens on this one. So in this case, actually, if she didn't get hit by the Prit stun, I probably could have actually won that. So, yep, that's simple. I was about to say this is a team comp I can win against, but there's some kind of monster there called R6 Sally. Yeah, not getting through that one. Then this one, yeah, 2 best shimmers. And then Cow goes moo. But again, I beat an Unis with a speed lead. With a Clara! Oh my god. This is actually nuts. This is beyond nutty. Okay, so let's look at what I'm doing on attack here. I want to find something a bit more interesting. We looked at introduces. This one, I outspeeding cleaved. I'm kind of weaving between a couple of different builds when I'm attacking in. So, like, let's see here. We have an Ethan v. Ethan. I don't remember this fight. So, yeah, it's just... Well, I guess it's R2 Ethan versus not R2 Ethan. That's how big of a joke it is. I was allowed to open up with defense down, though, and that just is hilarious. Just absolutely obliterated there. So that is interesting. I've been trying to find some other spots to run him as well. I've had a lot of success in the new PvE mode for Hell mode. I've actually been running Narmer in Hell mode. So this comp is actually absolutely cracked in PvE. The big issue as you get to higher levels is that they increase their stats by about 2% per level, at least according to Virtual Battlegrounds, which that seems to be true. But with this comp, I am ignoring 76% of defense, so my Narmer is still getting in 300 to 500,000 total damage on his S3 when it comes to his turn. To put that in perspective, my Gaius only attack up, no defense down, is only getting 70,000 on it, so this is actually hilariously powerful in this mode. And just to have a little bit of fun, I do want to find a image here for you guys that you will really enjoy, because I was able to accomplish one of my primary goals here, and that is we saw big number. Now, where did I hide big number? Okay, there's my big number. Let's see here. I didn't have any of this ready. I was sending this all to you guys live because this was just unbelievable to me. So, apologize for the lack of production quality here. Doing everything on the fly, just for funsies, just for you guys. Just because when I hopped on, I was thinking about doing a small video, kind of see what was going on. But in this case, it was just so much more than I thought it could be. So let's see here. Let's just get this up to maximum size. If I actually know how to do any of these things. Fit to screen. There we go. That's not even the one we were looking for. So this is what we were trying to get to. That is definitely not the image I wanted to get, though. So that was the sneak peek. So what happens when we went past the sneak peek and actually finished the comp? This is what it looked like. We did it. 112,000, 111,000, 109,000. Failed to get defense down on 3 of them, or on 2 of them, on the Tricky and the Gabby. But that is 6-digit nukes. Also, fun fact, when a character dies with the debuff from Ethan, they take the damage as though they did an auto attack. So Ethan just really makes sure when people die, he kills them harder, I guess. Good for Ethan. He's having a lot of fun doing that. So let's see here. We'll hide that again. Been a couple other spots I've been trying to experiment on him with, which, like, one of them was Ritual Miracle. I tried replacing him with the Ashley spot and hoped that I was kind of able to do the same damage, more survivability. I had a little bit of success to it. I was able to get up to about a 5 and 5 on the consistency. I just wasn't quite able to get it there. The issue is when Kronos boosts, so does he. So he just starts getting an absolutely absurd number of turns on Kronos, which is not what you want. So I ended up having to bench him and bring back Ashley, but I was trying to get him to work there. The Narmer build that I did get going in PvE has actually been absolutely nutty. It's been just absolutely deleting. So I'm definitely going to be continuing with that, and I plan to use him in Knockout. I did not think that this was going to be my final form. I did enjoy this one. It is a very fluid build due to the fact that I can either A, do defense down. So if I see that their team comp has no immunity, doesn't have, basically if they don't have JYY, then I'm just going to drop the defense down on him and then just absolutely nuke. Otherwise, I use his S3 just to give a couple extra stacks of buffs, and he doesn't do too much other than, his entire passive buff, which is a lot. So we still get the crit rate, crit damage. I also need to tune this character a little better, because right now this is where my Narmer stats are at. Look at my crit rate. This is way too high right now. Running at 75%. I am 25% over on my crit rate right now. So I definitely need to optimize this a bit more to get some bigger slaps. The big number we saw earlier was with a different comp I was using. This was an Abigail push comp. The issue I was having with that is I could not consistently remove shields if there was a JYY. So like the image I showed you, that was very cherry picked. But again, the issue is just JYY pushes a little too much on the AP because 30% is actually pretty nuts. If I could somehow slap a speed lead in here, it wouldn't be a problem. I've been looking at kind of trying to move around a couple of different options, but just have not quite been able to get to it. As a closer here, let's see here, I guess we'll do a round against Storm Legend. This is someone I was unable to beat previously because he was actually faster than me. Get out of here, YC. You're the old build. But now I'm faster than him. So this is where the big switcheroo came in. I'm occasionally putting back in YC when it's a comp I knew I could previously beat. But there is, like you can see where that Nushi was almost catching me there, which would have been a problem. And if we're to look at JYY, 70%. If I'm to crit, it could in theory give AP down and I'd survive it. You know what, we'll do this really quick just to kind of show it off, see what happens. But see, okay, so I got the AP down, so I'm fine. If I didn't get the AP down, JYY gets a turn, and life is just sad misery. But I was able to get it, therefore now just kabloom! Nobody left. Wait, why did it not cast twice? I'm going to have to recheck that. Was not paying attention to that. Did I have the wrong gear on him or what? Because it should have double cast. Am I crazy? I might be crazy. Let's see here. Let's get through this really quick. So that's the ideal way for this to happen. If this guy will ever die. Wow. Okay, so let me see what I did wrong here. Because I am pretty sure I did that. Way to go, Clara. You get the kill screen. True murderer. Supports #1 damage. Okay, what did I miss here? Hey, they went for a third one and still couldn't pull it out. Feed me, Seymour. Feed me. Okay, so what did I miss here? So we boost, we defense down, we get the AP down. That's critical importance. Oh, fun fact. So that triggered his gaze, which gave them 15% damage reduction. And I still didn't look at what I needed to do there. I was too busy looking at the other interaction there. So the other interaction I was looking at is right there. He's going to pull off the Petrified Gaze, which puts himself on cooldown, which then gives the remainder of his party 15% damage reduction. So the nuke damage that you're seeing on Narmer here is with all that taken into account. Oh, that's right. So I don't have enough buffs with this build. That's right. Now I remember. So I do not actually get to 12 on this. I'm sitting at 11 if I do the defense down. Because if I'm able to do the defense down, they're all dead anyways. So the other idea is that you replace Ashley in this comp. You take her out, then you need 3 buffs. So then you'd go over to Alice, and then you're able to do it that way. Now, since Dahlia is kind of a dead slot here, you already got crit and attack, you'd pull her out, you would put Abigail in, and then you would run Narmer on a super slow high damage set. So we're just going to mess around here, grab this, scroll down, wee! Oh, so this is, if anyone blocked Bojack Horseman, this is my Ethan around build. But you can see where my stats are actually absurd in this. 90% more crit damage, 250 more damage. So when it hits, that's how I was getting to those 6-figure nukes, was through that build. Make sure that did save. Okay, so we got that still going there. So where do we want to mess around? This one scares me, because I'm pretty sure that they are faster than I am. Let me see if they're in my match history. I'm trying to slowly write down those who are going faster than me so I can actually still work with it. Okay, so they should win here, but I'll blow a ticket just for funsies. Because you'll see they'll go first, and then just all is sad. Yep, there it is. So she boosts, game's over. So I have to add them to my blacklist. Or what I would do is I could sub in a speed cleave team against them and just nuke them down that way. So I would just do like Ashley, Gaius, Unis, T, then just Ethan, and then I just know I'm faster and just nuke through them super easily. Because as you saw, I was actually really close, despite the fact that I don't have a speed lead, and these are very high level. Yeah, you see that right there. So if I had the speed lead, I definitely would have gone first there. Uh, One major improvement that is just absolutely pie in the sky would be if I was able to get Unis up to R2, because then he replaces Clara, and he's just faster than Clara. So I'd be able to win even more there. Seeing if there's anyone interesting there. So I still can't attack into R6 Sally. That's a little sad. I was really hoping I'd be able to beat that. The issue is, one, if they run her with immunity, I'm not able to get the defense down. Two, JYY exists, and these whales have a lot of stats. This is one, if I knew I attacked into it, what I'd do is challenge it. I would pull out Ethan, because he's not required here, and I'd go back to the old triple cleave build, because I know I'm faster than Diablo. So, no sense in having Ethan in there. Might as well just get the extra defense from YC. Because it does come out to be fairly large damage. Since if I could do defense down, then Ethan would be higher damage than YC. But since I can't, Ethan I'd have to do S3, which then I do not get the Ashley AoE damage on. So that's 6,500 damage just down the drain right there. But that is what it is. But mostly I wanted to just kind of join you guys in trying to figure out what was going on with this defense, because it is obliterating. It is trolling people into me. And I can't remember the last time I had this many W's on my defense. I'd definitely been failing. Previously, I'd been running the standard 3-cleave Narmer comp, so just YC instead of Ethan, and my defense score was down at like maybe 3.2. Because it's super easy to beat that. All you need to do is have a speed lead. But that's no longer a thing. So I just wanted to show that off to all of y'all to see what was really going on here, the shenanigans that were happening with Ethan right now. Hopefully I'll be able to get you guys another video or two prior to going on vacation. I'm going to be out next week, so I got no content for y'all. I'll still be practicing in the back end, but I'm probably not going to upload anything to YouTube. Hopefully we'll get something fun to showcase as soon as I get back. But y'all have a fantastic day, and enjoy your weekend if I don't see you before then.